I'm recording at my desk. And that is just absolutely wild. This is the Leal Legacy.
Who's the leader of the pack, bringing legacy to you? Legacy, it's true. Stand up, gear up, join the fight. We're as fierce as we can be. With grit and might, we claim the night. We're the Legacy. Legacy Club. Legacy Club. Strong and unbreakable. Warriors with fire inside. In our hearts, we're invincible. Legacy Club.
Yeah. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to get too used to this. I'm afraid to enjoy the process of recording at my computer. I fear the noticeable uptick in quality there is compared to when I'm forced to just like record on the fly. I'm afraid of those things because I don't know if this is going to be a consistency for me. I hope it is. I sure hope it is. Last two nights, my youngest two children have gone to bed at reasonable hours. So if that continues, then that opens up my world of doing this again consistently and expanding into more intricate episodes. I'm noticing I don't have the little mic filter thing. That's going to be something I want to get again. Yeah, my kids, two of them, two of my children and two of those like mic socks have been destroyed. No, my children weren't destroyed, just the mic socks. The mic socks were destroyed by my children. And is that what it's called? Or am I just making that up? Mic sock. It doesn't sound right at all, but at the same time it does. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. A mic sock. Also known as a microphone windscreen or cover. Yeah, I guess cover would have been probably the most straightforward option to go with, but you know me, I'm one for the flair. Dramatics, no, none of that works, but yeah, a mic sock. Yeah, my children have destroyed two of them, so I need to get a third. But then that just harkens. It harkens back, or does it beckon back? I think it harkens. It harkens back to, am I going to be able to do this all the time? Am I going to be able to record at my desk in a consistent manner? Time will tell. Time will tell. I've decided to stop putting expectations on any of it. Because that's when things stop being fun. But also you run the risk of not finding any sort of success. So it's a delicate balance. It's a delicate balance of structure and a little bit of chaos. Because the chaos is the fun. And the structure is how it's successful. Because chaos, unstructured chaos, is a result that's doomed for being unsuccessful. Does any of that make sense? I'm slipping away. That's what's happening. What was I even talking about? Yeah, I'm not gonna put rigid expectations on this. Not that I don't find value in doing that. It's just where life is currently for me as the father of young children, and then not young children. We got the whole gamut. We got the whole gamut here. We got 2, 4, 9, and 15. That's what we have here in this house. So there's, we get the whole range of the young boy spectrum. And let me tell you, I don't know how anyone survives it. I really don't. Weaker-willed individuals could not raise 4 boys. I'm telling you. Yeah. I feel like when I put too unrealistic of goals out into the world, and then when I'm not able to meet said goals, it's just deflating and defeating. You know what I mean? It's no fun. And then when things become no fun, I don't want to do it. I just want to do the things that are fun. When things are not fun, F that. F that nonsense. I'm not going to deal with it. That's very not true. There's a lot of not fun things in adulthood that you have to deal with, or else things get worse. You know what I mean? The brakes were kind of funny on one of the cars. It's brakes. Can't just let that go unattended to. So, had to do it. And it was no fun. Doing whatever needed to be done is far beyond the scope of my automobile understanding. So I had to take it somewhere and have more learned men do it for me. Didn't like sitting there. Didn't like paying for it. Didn't like any of it. All of it sucked. But I had to do it. So, anyway. This is still fun to do, though. I still enjoy this. I enjoy doing it. So, I need to do it. That's the thing. I have to do it for my own mental well-being. I must do it. But the on paper, that old saying, on paper, doing this nightly all the time, and whatever grand ideas I had before, on paper, can definitely make it work. But in reality, there are wild cards. And I got a lot of wild cards within my vicinity. So to plan extracurricular activities like this is a real shot in the dark, Because I'm going to record nightly after my kids go to bed. But when your kids are in this whole, phase of just being unreasonable at bedtime and going to bed far later than they should, and by the time they fall asleep, you're half dead, You can't record then. You got to be somewhat entertaining. You got to be mildly entertaining. You got to, somewhat give people a reason to listen. You know what I mean? You can't do that when you're half dead. It's just not going to work out. But the last two nights have proven promising. I didn't record last night because, man, I have been working so hard on Legacy by Leal. Their clothing, the brand. Been focused, hyper-focused on that. Feeling invigorated, feeling refreshed. Ready to take on the world. You know what? Ready to take on the universe even. Gonna skip right over galaxy. And just go straight to universe. Feeling motivated to take over the universe. Conquer the universe. Like Darth Vader. Sorry, I'm looking out the window. I'm recording facing out a window, and it's becoming increasingly distracting. It's 11 p.m. here. 11:10 to be more precise. And I don't know, I live on kind of a lively street. Not necessarily lively, but there's action. There's action at all hours of the day. It's like a main road, I guess you could call it. Like, cars drive by frequently enough to where it's never just like constantly still or still for long stretches of time outside. So looking out the window, it becomes distracting because somebody's walking, a rabbit's running in the grass, cars are driving by, all kinds of things to get distracted by. Mike Sock. It totally was that. It absolutely was that, and I doubted myself. I can't believe that. Can't believe I doubted myself. I know what I'm talking about. I always know what I'm talking about. There's never a moment I don't know what I'm talking about. That's not true. Sorry, I'm flying like way off the handle. Oh yeah, I'm not going to put expectations on my ability to record like this as frequently as I would like. Ideally, I would have a video element going up with this episode too. But I'll find the groove, whatever. Who cares? None of that's worth talking about. But like I was talking about, one of the many points I've stammered my way through and caught as it swirls around my head is I've been putting a lot of work into Legacy by Leal and all the designs and pieces of apparel and the way the website looks and the integration into leallegacy.com, like shop.leallegacy.com, that whole like bringing those two elements together. I'm feeling good about it, man. I'm feeling accomplished, I suppose the best word would be. I'm feeling accomplished when it comes to all those things. Check it out. Please do. You don't even have to buy anything. You don't even have to buy anything, but just go check it out. leallegacy.com and just hit our shop tab or whatever says Legacy by Leal, or go to shop.leallegacy.com. Go there and just look around. Just go check it out and go, oh, look, he was right. This is really great. This is really cool stuff. I'm not going to buy anything. Rent's due, so I don't have extra cash to spend right now. But I'm here to go through the shop like it's an art gallery. I'm going to look at the pieces. It's like going to shop.leallegacy.com is very much like going to an art gallery, a fine art gallery. One that Vanessa Fisk would work at. That kind of art gallery. You come in, you'll start to like look around, admire the pieces that you wish you could buy. Maybe you can, but you just don't want to. You're more fiscally responsible. Or you just throw caution in the wind and say F it and just get something. You deserve it. You deserve something nice. One of those cool new neo-traditional Disney park icon shirts that we got in the store. That would look really cool on you. Like, that would look really cool on you. Especially if you're planning on going to the parks anytime soon. I mean, the Halloween season is upon us. Halloween season is here-ish. It's creeping in. Halloween is creeping in to our reality. It's a very popular time to visit the Disney parks over this oncoming holiday season. And if you're going to the Disney World parks and you're hitting all four, well, guess what? Look, those neo-traditional park icon shirts we have one for every park. We have a Magic Kingdom one. We have an Epcot version. We have a Hollywood Studios one. We even have an Animal Kingdom one. And Animal Kingdom, like, what's the point, right? What's the point? That's nobody's favorite park. If anybody tells you their favorite park is Animal Kingdom, they're a hipster. They're a hipster, and they're lying to you. They're lying to you and because they want to seem quirky and interesting. Well, there's nothing quirky or interesting at claiming your favorite park is the one that closes early, has the least amount of rides, is for some reason the hottest park consistently. They're all in Central Florida. They're all right in the same area. Why? Why is Animal Kingdom at least 20 degrees hotter than the surrounding area? That's what I want to know. I'm not kidding either. It's legitimately the hottest park. And it's nobody's favorite. And a quarter of it is shut down now. I mean, when they do all the upcoming updates to Animal Kingdom, then maybe I'll take it as a contender for excuse me. My throat started drying out. I need a sip of water. Hold on. Okay. What was I saying? Oh. Yeah, once they do all the updates and they make Animal Kingdom more than what it is, then I'll take it for a possible third place contender. And it can the best it could ever hope for is third, because Magic Kingdom and Epcot should be every single person's top 2 favorite parks at Walt Disney World. It doesn't have to be in any specific order. My wife's is Magic Kingdom, I believe, and mine is Epcot. Epcot is my Disney World park. That's my number one staple. Because Magic Kingdom, as cool and as wonderful as Magic Kingdom is, it's just always going to be not Disneyland to me. I love Magic Kingdom, don't get me wrong. But it's just always going to be not Disneyland. So with that being said, Epcot is its own unique entity that's not a East Coast version of a West Coast park. You know what I mean? That's what Magic Kingdom is. Magic Kingdom is a sequel. People in Florida were too far away. People on the East Coast in general were too far away to go to Disneyland, so Disney needed to remedy that. And they remedied that with a second-rate version of the original. And again, I love Disney World. I love Magic Kingdom. I mean, it's just, what's not to love? You know what I mean? When you can't make it to Disneyland, what's not to love about Magic Kingdom? Yeah, so we have a shirt for every single one of the Walt Disney World parks. And of course, It's almost ridiculous to assume that we wouldn't. We have Disneyland and California Adventure versions as well. That's right. That's right. California Adventure. The West Coast Hollywood Studios. It's basically Hollywood Studios. What Disney's Hollywood Studios and Disney World is to Magic Kingdom, that's what California Adventure is to Disneyland. It's where they stick all their Pixar stuff. It's got a real Hollywood flair and aesthetic. I could have kept this to myself. I could have, but I'm deciding not to. I hit pause real quick because I thought I heard one of my child's awake and giving mom a hard time, but no, it was just phantom noises, just the screaming in my head. That's all that was. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Hollywood Studios, Disney's Hollywood Studios and Disney's California Adventure are the same thing, essentially. With I don't know, pretty extreme differences, honestly. Like, they're both the hub of Pixar stuff for both parks. With the exception of Buzz Lightyear. Because for whatever reason, Buzz Lightyear is in both versions of Tomorrowland. But it would make more sense with the rest of the Pixar stuff. That's what I think. I really think, like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard, like, when different IPs are scattered so willy-nilly through the different parks sometimes. My wife disagrees with me, so I say that making Hollywood Studios and California Adventure just like straight up Pixar parks and throw everything Pixar in those parks and just keep Magic Kingdom and Disneyland being only Disney, Walt Disney Studios IP. But that's defeated with the whole Batu thing being part of Disneyland. Which, I guess, I don't know why. I'm sure there's like a zoning thing. They just had more land in that area, so they made Star Wars Land part of Disneyland, which makes no sense at all. At all. At Disney World, making Galaxy's Edge part of Hollywood Studios makes all the sense in the world. Totally does. And since California Adventure is just West Coast Hollywood Studios, it would have made more sense to put Galaxy's Edge over there, but I digress. I say that, and then Magic Kingdom's shutting down, or has already shut down, the Rivers of America, and they're building like a giant cars area smack dab in the middle, or the back middle of Magic Kingdom. That's a big Pixar move. What's all the Pixar stuff at Magic Kingdom? They have Buzz Lightyear, and then they got the Monsters Laugh floor. So they have two Pixar entities at Magic Kingdom. Am I missing any? And then at Disneyland, they have Buzz Lightyear as well. And then they have Finding Nemo. The submarines are a Finding Nemo ride. I remember the old school submarines at Disneyland. Wasn't it like 20 Leagues Under the Sea? Let's find out. Let's look it up. See, I miss being at my computer to be able to look up stuff. Submarine ride at Disneyland. Okay. So right now it is the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. Cool. What was it before? The submarine voyage closed September 8th, 1998. Okay. Interesting. So it was just called the submarine voyage. This one says the submarines were regularly moved around to different locations in Walt Disney World. Oh, okay, this is about Disney World. Huh. Okay. I thought it might have been 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea at Disneyland as well. But it looks like it was just called Submarine Voyage. Anyway. Yeah, I remember that ride back in the 90s. And the Sea Serpent. The Sea Serpent was the most exciting part, I thought, to see that. But anyhow, how did we end up here? I think we ended up here when I was going off about how Animal Kingdom is not anyone's favorite park. Not by a long shot. So if they tell you it is, they're being dishonest. And if you're one of those people, if you happen to be one of those people who claim their favorite park is Animal Kingdom, well, let me tell you, we got something for you. It's our neo-traditional Disney icons Animal Kingdom shirt. Go scope it out. It's the Tree of Life. It's a neo-traditional style tattoo piece of artwork done in tribute to the Tree of Life. And then Cinderella's Castle for Magic Kingdom, Sleeping Beauty's Castle for Disneyland, Spaceship Earth for Epcot, the Pixar Pal Around, the giant Ferris wheel, the sun wheel. Is that what it used to be called? Yeah, that one's for California Adventure. And then we have the Hollywood Tower Hotel for Disney Hollywood Studios. Get them all you can. We only have them in shirt form right now, but I have every intention on expanding those pieces to various other articles of clothing, maybe mugs, stuff like that. LealLegacy.com or shop.leallegacy.com. And also to further expand on that line, the neo-traditional Disney park icons line, I've done lands as well. So there is a Fantasyland version of Main Street UFC. That's what I said. That's what my brain did. My brain turned Main Street USA. I can't do it. Main Street USA. I can't say that because I so naturally want to say UFC. Starting a 3-letter acronym that begins with U, I have to actively not say FC. That's how deep that obsession runs. That can't be healthy. Yikes. Did I ever finish my thought about how Hollywood Studios and California Adventure should just be like the hub of all the Pixar stuff? Yeah. Thought so. it only furthers the whole like idea of that by them adding the Monsters Inc. land to Hollywood Studios. I mean, that's just further Pixar-ing that park up, which I'm not against. I'm not opposed. I think it's a great idea. I really think it's a really great idea to have kept Disneyland and Magic Kingdom Disney animation studios like properties. And of course, that's not to say, Space Mountain and Big Thunder and blah, blah, blah have to be rethemed as whatever Disney studio properties. It's just, that's where the princesses are, and that's where you meet Winnie the Pooh and, Goofy and everybody. I mean, you meet them at Hollywood Studios as well, but I don't know. I just like the idea of having a Pixar explicit park. But they just added Ratatouille to Epcot not long ago. I think that's the only Pixar piece. No, that's not true. They have a Finding Nemo ride in Epcot as well. You know what? It does kind of seamlessly just bleed into all the parks, doesn't it? I guess my wife is right. Because her argument was like, what if you are a Pixar fan, but you're only able to go to Magic Kingdom or Disneyland because that's where your family's going? Wouldn't you want to have like a piece of Pixar available at that park as well and not just completely miss out on all of it because it's all centralized in the one park you're not making it to on your vacation? And she makes a good point. She makes a good point. Yeah. All right. I changed my stance on that. I hereby redact my statement that Disney's California Adventure and Disney's Hollywood Studios should be Pixar Central parks. Pixar-centric. That's a much better way of putting it. Pixar-centric parks. Wow. Speaking of the Disney parks, a lot of our vlog and POV channels, well, there's a lot of stuff coming out, is what I'm trying to say. I'm getting distracted again looking out the window. Over on our vlog, our Legacy of Leal vlog channel, there's going to be a surge of content coming out there, as well as on our Leal Legacy View channel, both available on YouTube and at leallegacy.com. There's going to be a lot of content coming out there as well, because that's where I'm headed next. That's where I'm headed next, folks. I think I'm going to be hyper focusing on YouTube now that I've gotten the clothing arm of Leal Legacy, our Legacy by Leal lifestyle brand. Now that that's all situated and has a cohesive direction and the right iconography, now that that's all squared away, I'm feeling that urge to do a lot of video stuff. So, if you're not already, go and subscribe. Go and subscribe to Legacy of Leal and Leal Legacy View. Or if you don't want to subscribe for whatever reason, that's fine too. Just and you want everything in one place. You don't want to go and like have to channel hop on YouTube to find all our content. Well, let me tell you, I'm just here making your life better in ways you never dreamed possible. If you're like, man, I want to take in all the Leal Legacy content that I can, but I don't want to go to like 15 different spots to do it. I don't want to have to go through 3 or 4 or whatever YouTube channels to do it. That's crazy. You know what? I want, while I'm going through the web store, like I want to be close to where all the other content, the podcasts and all the vlogs and everything are housed. Just go to leallegacy.com. It's all right there for you. All of it. Everything you need coming out of this here rinky-dink operation. Everything you want to binge is over at leallegacy.com. Family vlogs, POV ride experience videos, ride-throughs, which now Disney Plus is doing, apparently. Which just goes to show that it was a good and popular idea. Commentaries, cartoon commentaries, it's all there. It's all there at leallegacy.com. You don't have to go far. I think that's about it. That's about it. I wasn't anticipating having this time, but I'm glad I did. Did I say anything of value? Probably not. Highly unlikely. Did I just kind of ramble aimlessly and my scattered shot way of thinking? How many things did I touch on and just never circled back to or just started talking about for completely no reason at all? Probably a lot. It's probably what this whole episode is all about. And that's okay. That is okay, because it's going to happen sometimes. It's going to happen. Hopefully not frequently. But it will happen from time to time. Yeah, we'll just wrap it up there. Whole bunch of pointless nonsense. Tied with a bow. If you feel like ever coming back and listening again, go ahead and subscribe across all your favorite podcast platforms. Leave a review, a like, a comment, whatever, what have you. Just interact. That's what these platforms want to see. They want to see interaction. They don't care about what the content is. The content doesn't matter. Who cares? It's what kind of reactions we can get. That's what we're wanting. That's what we're after. The interaction. I guess that makes sense. Does it? Probably not. I don't know. I still don't know why on social media, like, if people follow you, your posts should be popping up in their feed. You know what I mean? And vice versa. If I'm following somebody, why does it seem like their posts never pop up? Like, I follow them intentionally to see what they post, and then it never lands in my feed. How annoying is that? How utterly nonsensical and annoying. How annoying. What do I know? To ensure you're notified of whenever new content becomes available, join our Legacy Club. Right there on the home page of leallegacy.com, right at the bottom, for free. For free. Join the Legacy Club, and you get all kinds of fun updates and promo codes for Legacy by Leal, exclusive to those in the Legacy Club. I don't know if I will ever put out promo codes to use. I shouldn't say that. I probably will. I was going to say that's only going to be for people who join Legacy Club. They will be the only ones who get, promos for shopping at Legacy by Leal, but no, that doesn't make sense. They'll get exclusive ones, but no, I want to keep the option of being able to do that whenever I want available. Oh, man. I didn't get to drink my last coffee. And I think I'm feeling it. I think I'm wearing down because I didn't get that last coffee in today. I didn't get that last coffee in today because at some point throughout this day, my two youngest children somehow got a hold of my coffee cup and a spray bottle of, I think it's Mrs. Meyer's something. Some kind of all-purpose cleaner. And when I made my latest cup of coffee today, which would have been my third, I'm going to be honest with you, would have been my third. Okay? I did have two. But 'tis the season, man. 'Tis the season of aggressive coffee intake. We're stumbling into pumpkin spice season, folks. That's right. Pumpkin spice season is nigh. It's right there. It's right around the river bend. You know what I mean? Get ready for it. I'm ready for it, and we're already in it in our household. My wife bought a pumpkin spice creamer to go with her coffees in the morning. And I am a man who I just enjoy straight up black coffee. That is my preferred way to take it. Just dark and aggressive. I don't want it to be sweet at all. I want to feel like every sip I take of my coffee is kind of getting like a little sock to the mush. A little pop in the teeth, you know what I mean? A little Mike sock to the face. I like it aggressive. I like my coffee aggressive. And bitter. And just a little mean. Kind of like myself. But my wife likes to fluff hers up a little bit. She doesn't put sugar in it or anything like that. Doesn't have a coffee, that standard coffee sweet tooth that I feel like a lot of ladies have. And fellas. There's a bunch of fellas who like a little sweet treat instead of a, harsh taste of reality. They like the fluff. They don't like the grit. I mean, that's kind of what it is, right? A frappuccino is all fluff. Just like a straight Americano. Isn't that just water and espresso? I don't know the science behind it all. But anyhow, what I'm trying to say is she got a pumpkin spice creamer. So when I was at the store today, I noticed that pumpkin flavored coffees are hitting the shelves. They're already there. First 3 days into August, and it's already there. And I appreciate that. And there was a time in my life where I was so just desperate to hold on to as much of the Halloween and fall season that I would at the very start of August, the beginning of August, I would dive headfirst into pumpkin spiced flavored things. Now that I'm older, I don't know, maybe I'm more sensitive to burnout. Too much of a good thing. That could also be it. But no matter what it is, I'm wiser now. I've matured. I've matured. I've matured to a firm belief that pumpkin spice does not start until September. And even then, even in September, it's a blend. It's a blending month for the fall months. And let me break it down for you. So, the fall months, to me, can arguably include August, September, October, and November. That's 4. That's 4 of the 9 months. That's almost 9 months. That's how many kids I have. I think of when you're working in months, it's just related to pregnancy. But anyhow, the 12 months of the year, nearly half of the year, can you indulge in fall? And I don't really think a lot of people understand how much time that is. That's almost half the year. In a year comprised of 4 seasons, nearly half of that year can be arguably one. You can flirt with one of the seasons for almost half the year. Can't really do that with any of the other ones. Like winter, I refuse to start winter until like well into December. I know it's like it can be cold outside already. And often is here in Nashville, Tennessee, in like late October through November. You know what I mean? Like we're already in the colder months. But I will not let winter kick off until like Christmas. So that's what? If I'm flirting with fall from August to November, and then like halfway through December, it's still like vaguely fall after like post Thanksgiving, working our way towards Christmas. That's where the transition from fall to winter, that bleed, that crossover happens. And then I give up. I give up on winter. Man, I want to start giving up on winter in like March. And that's not always the case, but March just feels very spring to me. And it doesn't always feel very spring, but it has vibes of spring. So, that being said, winter, I'm only dealing with it for like 3 months tops. So that's like half December, January, February, and like half of March. So yeah, like 3 months. So there's that. And then summer to me is like end of May through beginning-ish of August. So anyway, all that to be said. If you're celebrating, if you're flirting with fall, I guess that's what this episode has to be titled, Flirting with Fall. Flirting with fall. If you're flirting with fall for 4 months of the year, you don't want to burn yourself out. So you don't kick it off. You don't kick off the very beginning of it all, hitting pumpkin spice, hitting the ground running with pumpkin spice. That comes later. There's time to enjoy that. There's time to enjoy that without becoming burned out. The flavor to enter fall with is apple spice. And that is to be ingested from the beginning of August to like mid-September. And in that mid-September range, start bleeding into the pumpkin spice, because you can still rock pumpkin spice through Thanksgiving. One of the most iconic elements of Thanksgiving is a pumpkin pie, and pumpkin pie is just pumpkin spice. Theoretically, pumpkin spice should almost strictly be a Thanksgiving time flavor, because it correlates more with pumpkin pie than anything Halloween. Halloween, the inclusion of pumpkins is for jack-o'-lanterns. There's not a flavor to that. The pumpkin spice flavor is not associated with jack-o'-lanterns. It's associated with pumpkin pie. See what I mean? So to have the tastes of pumpkin pie in August seems wild to me. Like, I'm not looking for a turkey dinner in August. So what am I looking for the corresponding dessert? No. Fall kicks off with apple spice flavors. I'm a firm believer in that, and I will not indulge in pumpkin spiced flavored things until mid-September. And I don't find that to be unreasonable. And some diehard pumpkin spice fans out there may say I'm crazy, but you know what? No, I'm not. You're out of line. You're out of line for thinking that consuming pumpkin spice for 4 months of the year is reasonable. It's not reasonable. That's how you burn out. That's how you burn out, and that's how you lose your passion for something that's supposed to be enjoyed moderately. Not really moderately. How do you what's the right term or right word for enjoyed only during specific times of the year? It's not a year round. It's not an all the time thing. You know what I mean? Cinnamon sugar can be an all the time thing. You can have a churro no matter the season and it doesn't feel out of place. A snickerdoodle, same thing. Gingerbread, ginger snaps, those feel weird outside the Christmas zone. But cinnamon sugar doesn't. Pumpkin spice, of course, feels crazy outside of like the fall era of the year. And yeah, all that to say is, when I went shopping, I had to get the pumpkin spice coffee because my wife already bought the creamer. You know what I mean? If she's going to pair that with anything, she should pair it with pumpkin spice, because that's the intention. Although, so we got 2 flavors of coffees. We got pumpkin spice, and then we got apple crumble or something. Caramel apple crumble. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Some sort of caramel apple flavor. And you know what? Maybe it's not necessarily just an apple spice flavor. That caramel apple flavor is such a kicking off to fall flavor. And caramel apple so much more embodies the flavor profile, I imagine, of Halloween. Far, far better than pumpkin spice does. Because caramel apples, that's candy. You associate that with sweet treats within the realm of trick-or-treating. I don't have like the taste of pumpkin pie in my sights when trick-or-treating. That's not what I'm hunting for. One of the best trick-or-treat candies ever are those the apple suckers with the caramel, the actual caramel around the candy sucker. One of the best trick-or-treat candies. Not the best because it's come on, it's just a novelty. It's a novelty candy. We'll get into this. We'll get into the superiority of certain candies and the rankings and whatnot closer to Halloween time. This was a testament to we're coming into fall, and I really encourage everyone to do it right. Don't get fall fatigue. We're not after fall fatigue, okay? And if you start blasting yourself with pumpkin spice in the beginning of August, that without question will result in fall fatigue. And I don't want anyone to experience that. That sounds like such a depressing outcome for something so universally enjoyed. Everywhere in the universe, life forms love fall. Doesn't matter the planet, doesn't matter the galaxy. Everyone, every life form out there, every intelligent life form out there loves fall. Because it's just such a treat. It's such a treat of a season that stands between two of arguably the worst experiences, or the two seasons that have the potential for the worst. It can be miserably hot. It could be bitterly cold. But fall is that slice of perfection in between nature's brutality. So I implore you to follow, take heed of what I'm saying and do it correctly. Do not start pumpkin spice until mid-September. And then you can enjoy it through Thanksgiving. Mid-September to mid-November, that's plenty of time to enjoy pumpkin spice. And then once Thanksgiving hits, boom. Hard turn into Christmas. Hot chocolates, candy cane, like peppermints, gingerbreads. Okay? But leading up to Thanksgiving, pumpkin spice is still on the table. Pumpkin spice is on the table all month long of October. Pumpkin spice is on the table, and halfway, midpoint, September. But before that, beginning of August through mid-September, apple spice flavors, caramel apple flavors. Trust me, this formula will make the joy that is the season of fall just that much better, because you will not be struck with any fall fatigue if you utilize my method. So anyhow, I just wanted to get that out there. Oh man, until next time, folks, please, I beg of you, visit leallegacy.com and, partake, interact. Pick yourself up something nice from our store. But if that's not within the realm of possibility for you, you know what is free and is just as supportive is going and subscribing to all our YouTube channels. The Leal Legacy YouTube channel. Legacy of Leal YouTube channel. Leal Legacy View. All of those three. Those are your prime three. Go subscribe. Like the videos. Leave comments on the videos. Same goes with your preferred podcast platform. Go there, hit subscribe, leave a rating, leave a review. Nice ones, preferably, because during this last election season, oh man, people will passive aggressively let you know what they think of you by leaving poor reviews for your your whatever. anything they can review, they'll stick it to you anonymously. Anyway, go leave a positive rating and review across all your favorite podcast platforms, and then all your favorite social media platforms. It's just at Leal Legacy. Oh, and then we have a new Legacy by Leal Instagram too, but whatever. Leal Legacy is the one you really want to follow. That's where all the hot stuff is. Okay. I gotta go. All right. Thanks. Oh yeah, the most important one. Thanks for being a friend and telling a friend. See ya.